Hello guys, Ivan here and welcome to new video. So today I will show you the all new Apple CarPlay with the iOS 18. So we have some new changes and new features. So let's check out the new features. So as we can see, it's running iOS 18. This is a public final version, not a beta. This is final one. And here I have just a Mercedes-Benz app. I will also do like an in-depth video about this new app, so stay tuned to check out the video with the new app actually. So that is coming for sure, but today it's all about the CarPlay. Let's go and let's connect. You can do also wireless on the latest Mercedes and AMG versions, but I'm doing this on the cable because I do it like always like that, because the car is the phone is now charged at maximum percentage always, and it's cooler than at wireless. So this is pretty cool. So let's check it out. So the first, as you can see, is I have different wallpaper, but we will talk about this later. So the first, we can say, feature is something what I truly love, and this is the new home buttons. This looks like the home button on the first iPhone ever. This sort of squared icon with like a rounded design. A big benefit of the facelift is that we have now full screen CarPlay, and before we had only this smaller portion in the middle. So that was not as good, of course, as here. So in my opinion, this is now much better, and you can also see the interior a little bit. That's something what I truly love, the new home button, and that it is full screen, but that is because of the facelift, not because of the iOS 18. It works on full screen also on iOS 17, which I had just yesterday. So now we have this new change. Let me know if you like the home button. I think this is amazing change. What you can do is you can press on it, or you have like a 3 dots, so you can slide. So you have different like apps, and you can slide once again, and now we have this split screen. So you can have like a navigation here, Google Maps, Apple Maps, or like I have here a Waze. You can have here next direction or search, and also audio player for podcast or for the music. And if you tap on the navigation, you can have it on full screen. The top bar will disappear, and you can have it essentially on full screen, which is amazing because it gives you much more space to work with than without it. But split screen is also useful to have music there, so that is something to keep in mind, that you can use it also like this. Alright guys, and next we have actually wallpapers, which is groundbreaking for me for iOS 18. So you go here into settings, then you go into the wallpaper. You can also have appearance. So with appearance you can have automatic, now it's like bright, or you can have always dark, always show dark maps. So this is also a possibility which you can do. But wallpapers, check it out. So you have this sort of, let's go over this. So it looks like this. And if you go back, so it looks like this sort of like green tones. Looks very nice for sure. So let's change it to this one, sort of like a purple color. Also really nice one, this one. Let me know how they like this. And if you have this map split screen view, then also this is like, you can see these colors here as well. So that is also pretty interesting. And then in settings we go into different color. This one is, I believe, like a yellow, or this sort of yellow green. Okay, so it looks like this. Let me know which one is your favorite. Then we can do this black one. This is one which I quite like, because during night it's actually quite dark. So I quite like this. Also you can do Waze on a dark. So if I go into the app, and you can see here, settings, map display, can do only at night, you can do on dark mode, and now it's dark. So I actually like this more, to have it like this, especially at night, but sometimes during day as well. Then next we have actually this one. This was, I believe, always the same with iOS 17. So I think yes, a lot of red. During night this is too much bright actually, so for me this is no good. Then we have this one. So it looks like this. Also I believe it's fun for day, but during night it's too much. Then we have this one. This one is okay. Okay. So looks like this. Next we have actually this one. This is also okay. But during night this would be too bright, this section for me, for sure. Especially outside of the city. This is pure black, or sort of like not pure, but sort of like a dark. You can see like a dark gray / black. And then we have like a full black. So that's also a possibility. Cancel. Okay. So this is full black. I think this is okay during night, but could be like I would say boring. So I like a little bit. So I like this one, a little bit of the like a grayscale sort of color. Look at this. This is very nice. Together with the black maps for the base. Next in settings we have actually silent mode. So you can have you can mirror iPhone with silent mode, or you can turn on silent mode. So even if your phone is basically not on silent, you have a loud like ringing noises, the CarPlay will always be on silent, or it will always be off in the car. So you can see here iPhone will not play alerts or system sounds when connected to CarPlay. Your iPhone will still play ringtones, alarms, timers, music and audio from videos. And if you have turned off, your iPhone will play alerts and system sounds when connected to CarPlay. So you can basically choose. I usually mirror my iPhone, but you can use this function and turn it always off or always on. So that is good as well. So what is also new is Siri and Apple Intelligence, but it's not working here in Europe. So that's pretty sad, but I just wanted to mention this. It would like glow around the borders of the screen, around the bezels, here around the Apple CarPlay, and yeah, also the Siri animation. Here basically it looks the same. So you can do Siri. Hi Siri.
Good evening, Ivan.
Why we don't have Apple Intelligence in Europe?
Sorry, I can't show the result to you while you're in the car.
So yeah, this is disappointing. But yeah, hopefully someday we will have it. And yeah, I just wanted to mention this because most of the world will have it actually. So yeah, that's that. So next, what is new here in settings? Let me go back, and in accessibility, difficult word, we have actually the voice control. So you can allows you to use your iPhone's microphone to control CarPlay with voice commands. And next you have also sound recognition. So using on-device intelligence, your iPhone will continuously listen to try to detect certain sounds while connected to CarPlay. These sounds may not always be correctly identified. So we can turn this on, and here you can see car horn or siren. And if I turn this on, it says here that it will need to download, also use notifications, and also download. It showed me just now that it needed to download like 350 megabytes of files to work properly. Alright guys, so what you can do now on iOS 18 but you cannot do in CarPlay is you can record calls. So if you are calling to someone with someone, you can record the call. So for example, you are stationary like I'm now on the parking lot, in the parking lot, and you start recording the call. It will be announced for both parties on the call. Then you can start driving, and then when you end call, it will be saved in notes. So that is also useful as well if you are in the vehicle. so I want to include this. Then we have actually a feature which is motion sickness. So many people, and me including myself, when I'm in the car and I'm not driving, I'm the passenger in front, especially in the rear. When I'm looking at the phone in the back or as a passenger, I'm starting to get sick. It's not as bad for me as for some other people, but iOS now can do like animation on the background of the phone, and it's very cool that this should help. I didn't have a time yet to try this, but certainly I will try it in the future, and in next video I will tell you if it works for me or not. But that is certainly something interesting what you can try if you have a motion sickness, and I'm really happy that Apple is actually including this. So it's not directly in the CarPlay, but it's on the phone, and you can use it in the car. So that's why I want to include this in this video as well. So when you get the message, you have also a slight update on this, and yeah, that is also like a slight change also when you use a Siri. Hey Siri, can you read my messages?
You have new messages from DHL and 992108. DHL sent a message in Slovak. Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What's the message in English?
Hello.
Your message says, hello. Do you want to change it or send it?
Cancel.
Okay, cancelled. Would you like me to continue reading?
No.
Okay.
So it looks like something works from the DHL, but yeah, that's just informative from the postal service, from the courier. Yeah, so that's also a new change. So next, in accessibility, you can actually have here color filters. So here we actually can do grayscale, for example. So everything will be black and white and shades of gray, which is kind of boring, but maybe you want this, so you can try this, why not? And then we have a red-green filter, protanopia, deuteranopia. Maybe this is some conditions with eyes, I'm not actually sure, but it could be. And does it work? Actually, intensity low, high. I cannot see anything. Alright guys, so now I'm filming with the same device with which I'm mirroring currently the CarPlay, because the battery in my camera died, so that's why we have a little bit different view, but I think it looks good as well, the contrast, maybe even better a little bit. So here we have actually the filters which are for people which are color blind and users who have difficulty reading text on the display. So you can have grayscale and different versions of these color filters, which I find really good. Red-green, then we have a green-red, so it's like inverted, we can say. I'm not really familiar with this, but for sure this is very useful for people which have these conditions, so always happy to see this, add it to the functionality of the CarPlay. And the last one is blue and yellow, tritanopia. And in terms of intensity, you can have low, medium, and also high. So that is also very good that you can change the intensity if you need that. Also, the last navigation which you are using will appear on the left side. In this case, we have Apple Maps. But if you use the Google Maps or Waze as the last navigation, that will be actually in the left side as well as the audio, the last basically apps which you are using. So I had their podcast app, or you can have your audio app, music app basically. So that will be always there what you used the last time. So you have it always at your fingertips. So that is also really good as well. And of course the bold text also helps you to read easier the text. So what you can do next is actually you can ping, and check out, here is actually icon for the sound recognition, I believe. You can turn this off and the icon will probably disappear. So let's try this. Sound recognition off. It's actually different. Maybe voice control. Yes, so that's a voice control icon. Next is actually you can ping your devices which you have on CarPlay. So you can do, for example, ping my Apple Watch.
Looking for your Apple Watch. It's nearby. Pinging your Apple Watch now.
So it works, okay? It works, that's good. Alright guys, so next here we have the Apple Maps. So these have actually sort of redesigned, so you can see that the names you can read easier. So that is very, very cool that this is also a possibility, because oftentimes we can say the Google Maps here are actually better in terms of the mapping. So they are slowly improving here. But yeah, overall the Google Maps were leading here for a longer period of time. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on the new Apple CarPlay. What is the most important for me are actually, it's funny enough, but the wallpapers. Especially in the nighttime, the fact that I can have a black or sort of grayscale wallpaper is really helpful for me, because it doesn't focus sort of in my peripheral sight on the screen, but I can focus on the road, especially outside of the city. This will be very helpful. And on displays like in the Mercedes S-Class or E-Class, these huge displays, you have on the sides the color stripes from the CarPlay, so that will be even more useful in those displays. Here in the A-Class is not as big this display as in some other vehicles, so that will be definitely more useful in those other vehicles. And I will show you in the new videos how it actually looks, for example in the E-Class. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this and find it useful, smash the like button and subscribe, and hit the bell and turn on all notifications so you're notified for all upcoming episodes. And thank you very much for your support. I will see you soon in the next video. Have a wonderful day.